Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So Mandy, what are we doing today?
Well, today we're doing our TBR for May.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's already May. That's what you say.
I say that every month, and I was like, they go by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's been really warm here, I kind of feel like we're gonna have like a hot summer.
I hope so.
I hope not. I'll never get to go anywhere and do anything with my sun allergy. I'll just be stuck. It's gonna stink. Okay, so before we get started, what do you want to tell the fine folks watching?
That you're a vampire?
I am. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no wonder you like all that weird paranormal romance.
Yeah, I mean, it's close to home. Yep. Okay. I don't sparkle when I go out, though.
Unless you wear that one lotion.
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us. Like and comment below what is on your May TBR. And I also want to say, I always feel bad when people like comment that other new releases are coming out. I'm probably not wording this right, but what I want to say is like we only pick a few and we know there are a lot. So please comment those. We're not purposely leaving anything off. We just can only pick so many. And I try and balance new releases with books that have been on my bookshelf a little bit. So please like comment those below. And they're probably on our list of books that we want to read, or a good chunk of them are it.
Yeah.
But comment those below, the ones that you're looking forward to. And yeah, we're not leaving anything off on purpose.
No,
but
and
sometimes we don't know either. So
yeah, because we filmed this. We filmed this a few days before the end of the month. Every month we end up doing that. It's just so it goes out on schedule. And so sometimes the authors make announcements, like surprise announcements at the end of a month that a book's coming the next month, and we miss those things.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to reading in the month of May. And it doesn't have to be a new release either. Maybe it's been a book that's been on your TBR for a while.
Yeah. Okay, how'd you do last month?
Okay, I did pretty well. Pretty proud of myself.
Okay.
I got 12 of my books read.
Okay.
And I also got 4 more from March.
Okay.
So I'm feeling really good. And we are filming, well, this is coming out a couple days before the end of the month. And I have one more book that I'm hoping to get done before April is officially over. But for the purpose of this video.
Okay, so I read
How about you?
6 of mine from the month, but I got 6 from previous months. So, you know, I'm catching up. So
I actually love our TBR journal. I love going back and marking off as I get books. Like it just is fun for me.
It just feels good. I even have the one from last year that I'm marking off too. So, because I grabbed a new one for this year.
Oh, I'm still in the same one. So when we started the TBR journal, it would have been last April.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still.
I wanted the black one. I wanted the hardback for this year, so that's why I grabbed a new one for this year.
But I also make a spreadsheet of the books.
Of course you do. Nobody's surprised.
No,
it's okay.
But it is fun for me. Like I enjoy it. And then I have a special Sharpie that I got from Lucy Rivers when we were in Romance Invades the Rockies, and I use that to mark my books off. It brings me great joy.
I love that brings you great joy. There is some satisfaction to that, though. Let me tell you, I like to check mine off.
Yeah. I will make a to-do list, and then if I do something that wasn't on my to-do list, sometimes I'll write it down so I can mark it off.
Check it off. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know that, let's talk about this month.
Type A personalities.
Woohoo! Okay, so for May, we each have 15. I only have like 6 new releases.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could have done more than 15 books for this month just on new releases. So I was
looking at some of the new releases and I was like, that's a Mandy release. That's a Mandy release. Like they were definitely looked like more your authors and your cup of tea from what I could find than what I was looking for. Probably. So yeah. So let's start this video. We've already started the video. Let's start the book. Let's start the TBR. Okay. So the first book I have for May is one that I think has been somewhat highly anticipated. It is Shield of Sparrows. It comes out May 6th on audio and as a new release. It is by Devney Perry. This is her branching out into romantasy, and I know it's a slow burn. I mean, it's Devney Perry, and I really like Devney Perry, so I'm really hoping she does good by this one. So we'll see. Romantasy is not always my cup of tea, but if there's audio, then I can do it.
I am looking at all my new releases, and yes, there's a couple on here that would be for you, but the majority definitely are more my cup of tea. Okay, so first off, May 9th. Stolen Dreams, Natasha Madison. Can't wait for the next book in the Dream series, and I really appreciate that she's cranking these out and we don't have much time to have to wait in between releases, so that's really nice. So this is Lila. I am very, very intrigued by this one. So Lila says she was left for dead at 18, and now she's been working on Mustang Ranch, and this is where Elliot works, and we saw him in the very first book. Or Emmett, excuse me. Emmett works there. And he gets a phone call and finds out he has an 8-year-old daughter.
I like those kind.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. And then also there's some stuff coming from Lila's past, and yeah.
Okay.
Very excited.
Okay.
Next.
So this next one I'm really excited about. It is Read.
Wait, would we put something on our TBR we weren't excited about?
No, but there's varying levels of excitement. Like some of these I'm like, yes, true. I want to get to. Some of these new releases, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this. And that's where that excitement comes. So this one I've been waiting for, obviously. This one, my arc should come really soon. I know I'm getting an arc for it, but this is Read by BJ Alpha. This is the 4th book in her Storm series. I am so excited. Did I say it comes out on May 8th? Did I cover that already?
I don't know.
Okay, so it does come out on May 8th. So this is obviously Reed's book. Reed is the Playboy billionaire. He's a part of the Storm, the guys that work at Storm. He meets a single mom and has a one-night stand with her. And he does not do kids at all. She has a small child. He does not do kids at all, but he knocks her up. Oops. So there's consequences to that. I can't wait. According to BJ, it's jealous, possessive, like we like the surprise pregnancy, breeding, pregnancy kink, and lactation kink. Can't wait. The things that excite me.
Okay.
Okay.
Next up, releasing on May 9th. So May 9th is going to be busy for me. Is The Situation by Adriana Locke. This is Reverse Age Gap, which if you've been following along, Reverse Age Gap has kind of become my jam lately. Especially with the new Bonds underwear commercial out. So she's out to forget her divorce, and she has one night with a hot stranger, and turns out he is the new chief marketing executive person at her new job. Or he is not new. She's new. So he's like high up at her new job. And he wants her.
Okay.
And she was just looking for a one-night stand.
Yeah.
All
right. So the next one I have is another one that I'm really, really, really excited for. And that is Born for Lace by Nikki Harris. This is the 2nd book in that, what is she called? The Cradle Common series. I had like a moment of, wait, I just finished reading this Born for Silk last night as a reread, a re-listen because the audio just came out. This is a same day book release and audio release. So audio comes out on the same day as this one. This one is about our Lace Girls. So for those who've read the books, you know that the Silk Girls have their role, then you got Lace Girls that have their role. There's all these different roles. So this one, there's not a lot of information out there unless you're, like harassing Nikki Harris and her Instagram feed. But what it says is that basically our heroine escapes the cradle that's the town, that's the area they're in, with a baby that's not hers. And she is in hiding with said baby when some rogue, big 7-foot tall dude comes and kind of helps her. I don't know what happens. I don't really care. I just want to read the book. So, cannot wait.
Okay, next up I have another one that you like.
Ooh.
Secret Baby.
Ooh, yeah.
So this is Unending Love by Stacy Lynn, and audio for this comes out May 13th. So I believe the book is already out, but audio is coming. And this is about a hockey player, and he gets a letter in the, I think it's like an actual letter in the mail saying that he has this baby and he wants her, and he's apparently like this really famous, like on the top of the world type hockey player, and somebody is wanting to knock him down a peg or two. So I
Okay.
feel like there's something like maybe some romantic suspense happening along with Secret Baby. I'm not sure.
Okay. So the next one I have is an audio. It's a new audio release and it's on May 13th. And this is Nightmare Island by Mila Young. So this is the second book in the Exiled Sector. I don't think you have to read them in order. They're just 3 books by 3 different authors with that Exiled Sector. I've already read the first one, which was Venom Island. So now the audio is coming out for Nightmare Island. Our heroine was forced into a marriage. And then it also says that she lost her husband and it broke her. So I don't know if that's the same husband or a different husband. But now her escape pod has crash landed on an island full of crazy, out of control alphas. So, there's that. Can't wait. Down for it. Okay.
Okay, and now this is like a really, really big anticipated release for me. I've been waiting for this author to put out a new book for what feels like forever. It really hasn't been forever, but it's been too long. And that is My Favorite Bad Decision by Elizabeth O'Rourke. And this comes out on May 15th. And this is it's like an enemies to lovers forced proximity, but it is her sister's ex-boyfriend, and they are climbing Mount
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro. Thank you. And they have like one tent. It's reverse age, or not reverse age gap. It's just age gap. I'm really curious about how she's like, if they don't like each other, why they're doing this together. Like there's got to be something there. But I just love Elizabeth O'Rourke's writing so much. So I cannot wait to just devour this one.
Okay. So the next one I have is Bewitching Rago by Victoria Aveline. This is book number 8 in her Clickinian, I think they call it Clickinian series. The Clickinian series. So this is basically, it's kind of like a bride hunt situation. Our hero is told, like, Rago is, they're releasing these women and they have to go chase them down, and then that's who they marry. And he's supposed to catch somebody for a friend, but then he sees our heroine and is like, nope, every man for himself. And he runs and does that. Now, these women have a say in the society, so it does say that it is a marriage of convenience situation. So we'll see what happens with that. But all I saw was that he chased her down and forced her to marry him.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention My Favorite Bad Decision has audio coming out the same day. And then next I have Spotlight by Rebecca Genshak. And I believe audio comes out the same day for this one too. This is, I believe, the last book in the Holland Brothers series. And this comes out May 15th. And this is Flynn's book. He's the youngest Holland brother. And he is now the new hot shot pitcher for the team. And she ends up having one hot night with him and doesn't know who he is. And then she owns a bookstore, and he's like on the posters for all the rival bookstore somehow. And so she's like having to, like, it's like a double like hit to her. She has to see his face everywhere, and it's for the rival bookstore. And he was really good with her daughter. And so I just can't wait to read it.
Okay. All right, so the next book I don't have a date for. We're just told it can come any day now. There was a little bit of a whoopsie on Audible's part, and so it was supposed to be out already, and things are just, it was a little bit of a mess. But any day now it's supposed to come out. I've talked with the author. And that is Never Far by A.A. Dark. So this is a spinoff of her 24/690 series. You can read it as a standalone, but you get more enjoyment if you read the whole, like all 24/690 and then jump into this one. But this is, she refers to it as static white. So as far like when I say these are some of the darker things that I've read, that's definitely there. I mean, I've obviously read darker because I'm crazy like that, but these are very, very dark. So definitely check triggers. And this might even be darker as you get into this one than 24,690. I'm not sure. But it is dark amnesia, best friend sister, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the amnesia, it sounds like the hero has the amnesia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Another one I'm very excited about, but like I said, I'm excited about every book on my list. But this is a good book by Julie Ann. This is the third book in the Sunday morning series. So this is Gabby, the youngest sister's story. And Gabby is going off to college with her best friend, Ben. She like begs him to teach her how to kiss. And so they like have kissed a few times, but Ben has secretly been in love with her. She has secretly had a crush, not so secretly, on Matthew, her sister's ex, who everybody thought was just wonderful and wanted the sister to marry when she like called it off and ran off with somebody, well, with his brother. That's not a spoiler. That's what the whole book was about.
Yeah.
So something happens and Ben drops out of college and isn't returning any of her phone calls. Now, I am a wee bit scared that this has some love triangle feels to it, but none of the trope stuff says anything about that. So I feel like we have a clear hero in Ben.
Okay.
And Matthew is just going to be a bump in the road.
Okay.
I hope I'm not wrong.
All right. So that was the one I had before this was my last one for my new releases. So now we're just going to get into ones that I want to get off, like get read, that I've been putting off forever, that I really need to get read because I really want to. Well, that's okay. That was me last month. So one book that I've put off forever, and I'm so sorry that I have, is Almost Like You by Karen Crompton. I have put this thing off forever.
I actually had forgotten you hadn't read that yet.
I haven't. And Karen's really been putting out a lot of TikToks about it recently. And I'm like, dang it, I really need to get it. Right now, I feel like I'm in my dark cowboy romance era. So I feel like this is not dark, but I can pull this off. I think I'm in the cowboy thing right now. So ever since I read Karina Halley's book that I can't stop thinking about. But anyhow, this is about Tessa, who flees an abusive marriage. She ends up taking a job as a housekeeper on a ranch in Wyoming, and that is where she meets Elliot, who is our hero. He is the epitome of grumpy asshole, and he's got his own secrets, and we'll see what happens there. So
good.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, though. I'm like, I know it's good, but Karen hasn't put out the next Rockstar book, so I've just been kind of waiting, like holding on to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's okay. We're going to read it this month.
All right. So next up is another book from an author that we both love. And she hasn't put anything out for what feels like forever. But again, I believe both of these authors' last books came out at the end of last summer. So I shouldn't really be giving them crap.
No.
It just feels like a while when you are waiting on those books. So This is First Verse by L.M. Halloran. This is going to be a duet. The first one comes out May 23rd. And this is Wilder and Evangelina. Is that her name? I can't remember now. I'm drawing a blank.
I have no clue.
So it's a second generation. So from Breaking Giants and Breaking Silence, Breaking Giants, the band, it's their kids. And it's supposed to be super angsty. It's still going to be a rock star romance. They've been childhood best friends. Yeah, I cannot wait.
Okay.
And I believe audio is coming out at the same time too in duet.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one I have is one that has been on my TBR before, but this is getting to be ridiculous, and I really need to read a few of these books that are sitting behind me. So I grabbed this one again. This is River of Ash and Bone by Ren Cartwright. This is a post-apocalyptic why choose romance with zombies. There's zombies and four guys. Our heroine was with her father. She was born after the apocalypse happened. So she doesn't know what life was like before, but her dad dies at the beginning of this book and she is all alone. And then something happens where she meets this group of people. They give her that home, they give her that companionship. Sounds like they might be with a group of people. But I love me some post-apocalyptic. You guys know that if you've been here for a hot minute. So we'll see how that turns out.
Okay. My next one is one we have this author on in January, and she told us a little bit about this one. So I'm so excited that we're finally to the release, and that is You, Me, and Forever by Laura Pavlov. This comes out May 27th. This is her Alaska romance. So we have a billionaire developer and a small town entrepreneur. She's in the wedding planning business, and she finds out like her favorite venue to have these weddings at is about to get bulldozed down by this real estate developer who has come to town. And it turns out he is the guy that she has had a little bit of a fling with.
Okay.
So I'm excited for this one.
Okay.
This stop saying that.
This me too. This next one is one that again I had on my TBR before. It was just a couple months ago, and I keep looking at it on my shelf, and I'm like, dang. And it's an author that you love, but I do think I'm gonna read the back of this book
Do
because
tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the back of this book to give my synopsis because it's not very long. But I think I found a book by Lisa Suzanne that Mandy is going to not want to read.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So let me read this to you, and you tell me why you wouldn't. So this is A Little Like Destiny by Lisa Suzanne. Reserved and responsible Reese Brady refuses to miss her chance with a bad boy rock star Mark Ashton. After one steamy night, she's convinced the emotional connection they shared was just a figment of her imagination. After all, he's a womanizer whose affairs are highly publicized. Reese strives to leave that night behind her after a handsome business mogul asks her to dinner. Her relationship with Brian Fox quickly escalates into something meaningful, but she never expects the secret that emerges when he finally invites her to his penthouse. She fell in love with a rock star the last time she was there. How could she know she'd fall in love with his brother next? Does that sound like a love triangle to you?
I read one of her books that was kind of similar to that. So now
This is the one that she said supposed to have all the cheating in it, I think. I could be wrong. I picked up 2 Rockstar Romance trilogies from her, and I thought that this was the one that had the.
Yeah, that's not the one I read.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have to tell us all
So
about
I'll
it.
have to. Well, we'll see. I could be wrong. It might not be love triangle, but that sounds kind of love triangle-y to me.
Well, unless she like is done with the rock star and then falls for the billionaire, and then it's awkward.
It's interesting. Well, it's a Rockstar Romance, though.
Oh.
See? Yeah. We'll see. I could be wrong. I'll read it and I'll let you know. We'll talk about it.
I can't wait for you to get back to us on that. I hope that's one that you actually read.
I hope it is too. Considering I actually own it. And they just sit here and look at me on my shelf like, lady, read me.
I finally finished organizing my bookshelf for the most part. I need to do some tidying up and just maybe moving some books around, but they're organized now. And I did like haven't read and have read, and it's a little.
Mine's not bad. It's literally, it's these 2 shelves.
I need to get better at it.
Mine's these 2 shelves right behind me, a half a shelf down here, and 2 shelves here that aren't even full. So it's not bad. It's just that I really need to read them.
I don't even want to say. Let's just continue.
We're about to go to events. It is event season coming up, so this could change a lot.
Event season.
It's event season. Mm-hmm.
You're funny.
Okay. What do you got?
So next up, I have Hugo by Jennifer Milliken. And it releases May 29th. This is Hugo's story. We see him in the first book, Pen, and he's an Olympian fencer. But this is what I'm so excited about this one. So his father was that I'm not excited that his father was murdered. That sounded bad. His father was murdered when they were younger. And there's a true crime podcaster that keeps trying to like get them to talk because it was never solved, and she wants to like interview them, and they want nothing, they don't want to relive this for somebody else's entertainment, basically, is their thought process that we heard in Penn. And he ends up flirting with her, and I don't know how far their relationship goes before he realizes that she's actually the podcaster. But it says something about if the killer doesn't get to her first. So I'm very intrigued. I can't wait.
All right. So next one I have is one that I've been trying to get to for a while. It is Locked Up Liars by Elle Thorpe. This is the first book in a trilogy. It's her St. View Prison trilogy. So this is about our heroine whose sister is murdered. And in order to catch a killer, she infiltrates the prison. She takes a job at St. View Prison. And I know that because this is a white shoes, all I know is that the situation that happens is between her, an inmate, his lawyer, and a guard. Yep.
What
Yep.
kind of stuff are you reading?
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, I'm now moving to the books that are on my bookshelf. And some of these I got for my birthday. And so when we were in Love in Vegas, there was a panel, and one of the authors was talking about the Mom-Com series that these 4 authors wrote, and I really wanted to read it. So I got one of the books from an author when we saw them in Phoenix, and then I got the rest of the series for my birthday. You got me the novella that sets the whole premise up. So because it is May, it is Mother's Day month, if you will, here in the States. So I'm going to go through that series. So first up, I have Mother Faker by Brittany Nicole. Dun, dun, dun. So this is Liv's story. She's a single mom of 3, and she drunk marries her rich boss.
Okay.
He has some PR issues he needs to get fixed, so he like apparently throws this out. Yeah. So
Okay.
I am very excited about this.
Okay. All right. So the next one I got this, I don't know if it's for my birthday or what. I can't remember where this one came from. Hold on. Do I have the papers in it? No. But anyhow, this is Obsession by Gemma Weir. I like Gemma Weir's Mountain Men series. She does breeding just right. So when I saw that she had this dark romance, I grabbed it. So this definitely is dark. It sounds like our hero captured his little bird and wanted to keep her, and she disagreed, and so she fled. So she must have ran away, but now it's been a handful of years and he's back, and he's gonna take her and keep her again. So it really does sound right up my alley.
It does.
It's a second chance romance, come on.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we have Mother Maker by Jenny Barra. So this is Dylan's story, and Dylan gets drunk and sleeps with the hot baseball player who's super famous. There's an accidental pregnancy, and he falls first. I believe this is the book that Jenny talked about on the panel in Phoenix, where she actually called and talked to a baseball player, a professional, like in professional pro baseball player, however you want to say it, to get good information. And it was funny, her story about that.
Yep. Okay, the next one I have is Alfie Darling by Effie Campbell. This is a dark, I think it's mafia romance. It is captor captive. It has romantic suspense, and somebody's pierced. So
is it you?
No, it's one of the boys. I think this is an MFM. It does say that it has By Awakening in it. So I do think it's MFM or MMF or whatever you want to call that. FMM, whatever. But because there is sword crossing in here too. So, but one of them swords has got some jewelry.
I can't with you. Okay. So then that takes me to Mother Pucker by Swathi. So this is reverse age gap. It's hockey. It's taboo. I mean, like, did she write this for me? And so it's taboo because it's doctor patient. This is Shay's story. Shay is a major worrier because she's a widow, and so like she doesn't want her son doing anything because she's so scared of anything happening to him. Like it's sad. I'm hoping that gets worked out a little bit for her and her son's sake.
Okay, so this one I've had on my TBR before, but I really just need to read these. And this is The Souls We Claim by S. Cole. This is a part of her Iron Outlaws MC. I think it's like book 5 or 6 in it, but you can read them as a standalone. Our heroine is fleeing an abusive marriage, and she finds out that her sister has died, and she shows up at her sister's funeral. Her sister was a part of the MC. Her sister and her man were both killed, and they left behind a newborn baby, and that is where we meet Halo, who is the biker who has been taking care of the baby, who then hands the baby over, but there's stuff going on there. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, then last, we have the last book in the series, which is Mother Hater by Daphne Elliott. This is Delia's story. So she is the last mom standing at this point, and she's the one who owns the the brownstone that they all are living in. And she has this handyman construction dude contractor who's coming to fix the house up. He's bossy, he's overbearing. There's going to be some enemies to lovers happening, some opposites attract, forced proximity, and apparently he is going to fall first.
Okay.
And it looks like there's a burst pipe.
Oh. I'm pretty sure you got me this book when you sent me flowers, or at least books with flowers.
Oh, did I?
It was before my. It wasn't a birthday thing. It was something.
It was for your launch of Coveted
Launch.
Cover.
It was my Coveted Cover launch. I was just about to say that was my Coveted Cover launch. Okay,
instead of sending you physical flowers,
you
that
sent
would
me
die,
books with flowers.
Found books that had flowers on
That
them.
was the best thing ever.
I know.
Yeah, you're so good. You're so smart. So this is The Denominator by Dee Prince. This is her dark mafia romance series. This is book 1 in it. There's more. I mean, this is a big book and it's only book 1. So this is a dark arranged marriage mafia romance. And it says that our heroine has been ripped from her life and handed over as payment for her father's debt, and that she's now engaged to a dark, dominating, terrifying man who has 3 rules for her: obey, tell no one anything, and then she doesn't say what rule 3 is, just that it's dark and depraved and shows her how obsessive and possessive he really is. So, yeah, it's a big one, and there's no audio for it. Dang it.
Nice.
But that's okay. Okay.
All right. So next I have The Tease by Lauren Blakely. There's a masquerade ball, and she ends up kissing her dad's best friend.
Oh.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Which somehow turns into them having a weekend. He's now kind of like her secret lover, and he just bought out the company she works for and is now her new boss.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like this might, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad's
okay, so Dad's best friend. The last one that I have on my list is an oldie but a goodie, and I haven't read. I'm assuming it's a goodie. I'm starting my list with Devaney Perry, and I'm ending my list with Devaney Perry.
Oh my gosh! So sorry.
This is Tragic by Devaney Perry. This is the 3rd book in I can't remember the series, in one of her other series. But hold on, I can't hold it right.
Is this like the last of Devaney Perry's books that you've not read?
Oh no, she's got lots. I still have handfuls.
Really?
Yeah, she cranks them out. Yeah. Yeah. But this one is, I think it's a tragic. This is about Kane and Piper. So Kane has lost everything. He's lost his whole family. He's lost absolutely everything. And then you have Piper, who is going through a divorce, or just went through a really horrible divorce. And now she has moved into this town in Montana, and right next door to Kane, who literally hates everybody, like slams the door in her face when she goes over to introduce herself to him, because he just wants to be left alone. He's probably reading a good book. Let's be honest. Yeah, just leave him alone. Dang it. But they end up having a no strings attached one night stand. And a few weeks later, that leads to a little plus sign, which changes her life, but petrifies the crap out of him. Like, it's his worst thing ever for him. So, yeah. Okay.
All right. Next, I have Obsession. Well, then last, I have Obsession Falls by Claire Kingsley. This is about Audrey. Audrey just moved back. She has a new neighbor and landlord. It's complicated. She feels like she's being watched. It sounds like he's kind of grumpy as well. And then she feels like somebody's watching her. Not him, but like in a not good way. She feels like maybe somebody's stalking her.
Mm-hmm.
And Josiah is the complicated landlord neighbor. He is not interested in a relationship, but when there's something going on, he feels the need to protect her. So definitely romantic suspense going to be happening.
Okay.
So I'm excited to read it.
All right.
Okay. That's my TBR.
Yeah, that's my TBR too. So I'm really surprised. I thought there was going to be a book on your TBR that I didn't put on my TBR because I thought for sure you'd have it. And that is The Pucking Wrong Rookie by C.R. Jane. So that's one that you and I would both want to read. Same Day Audio is coming out. That comes out on May 13th. So just extra bonus.
How did I miss that?
I don't know. I have it on pre-order in my Audible.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I screwed that up.
Yeah, it's okay.
I will be reading it.
Same. Do you have to adjust your spreadsheet?
Probably.
Okay, well, guys, there you have it.
It's probably pretty long, too.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it. So you'll be getting out of, well, not in May. I'll say you'll be getting out of school soon, but not in May.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's it for this month's TBR.
Yeah. So make sure to check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us, and sometimes Wednesdays. So hit that notification button and make sure you've subscribed. We really, really appreciate that.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.